Fala galera, tudo bem com vocês? Se alguém tinha dúvidas sobre o ASPAS no MIBR, acho que hoje, depois do vacilo do ADM do site do MIBR, eu diria que essas dúvidas praticamente não existem mais. Pois nessa terça o MIBR fez o anúncio do NZR, o penúltimo player que faltava assinar.
O preço que se paga por ser real pode ser alto. Pode fazer com que você seja incompreendido. Mas precisamos que nos entendam. A verdade é que a única resposta que nos interessa mora na lealdade dos justos. A incompreensão é apenas a névoa que precede a clareza. E nós nascemos enxergando além, pois estamos juntos por algo maior.
Porém, logo após o anúncio, apareceu uma novidade no site do MIBR, onde não só vazava o novo uniforme da organização, mas também tinham aspas usando esse novo uniforme. E amanhã, na quarta, seria o anúncio do último jogador que faltava, junto com o anúncio do novo uniforme. Então, ou o aspas é realmente esse último jogador, ou a coisa no banco da Leviatã tá tão braba que ele tá fazendo uns bicos como modelo. Inclusive, o grande vazamento é, na verdade, a junção das primeiras letras dos anúncios que o MIBR fez. O anúncio do NZR feito hoje começa com a letra A, o anúncio do Cortesia com a letra S, o anúncio do Xenun com a letra P, o do Artizin com a letra A e a primeira postagem de todas com a letra S. Pois é, após o vazamento, o Tonelo até pegou as imagens e postou no seu perfil fotos do site, inclusive eu entrei e o próprio site me recomendou o item em uma aba lateral. Acontece, não apaga o peso da contratação, pelo contrário, o uniforme tá muito forte e eu acho que ajuda no hype. E o Teteu respondeu, isso é IA, e o aspas também respondeu, isso é IA, mas a camisa tá bonita. Com os modelos desses, também tudo fica mais fácil, mas a tecnologia hoje tá complicada. Mas é isso, e na minha opinião, o novo uniforme do MIBR tá realmente muito lindo. Mas e aí, o que você achou do vazamento e da camisa do MIBR? Já deixa aí nos comentários e se liga só nesse recado antes da próxima notícia. Para você que quer comprar aquela skin do Valorant ou qualquer outro jogo da sua preferência, ou ter acesso aos melhores gift cards para todas as plataformas, apresento a vocês o Rei dos Coins. Lá você também pode personalizar o valor ideal para o seu gift card de acordo com a sua necessidade e ainda ganhar cashback em cima desse valor. Não perde tempo e acesse o reidoscoins.com.br. O Zekken, que foi teammate do Sassi na Sentinels, deu uma entrevista para o jornalista Pedro Romero e durante essa entrevista falou sobre os ensinamentos que recebeu do Sassi e também falou sobre ele e o aspas em um ranking de golds do jogo. E legendamos esse trecho aqui para conferirmos.
I know that tends to let you guys know before the start of the competition or maybe during, correct me on that, but how'd you kind of like reflect on just kind of the time you had with Tense, you know, the past 2 years from the start of like the partnership era up until now, and the SACY as well, because obviously their contribution can't be forgotten in that regard. How do you kind of reflect on that, you know, with the thought of them retiring, settling in finally after the elimination?
For SACY, just like the example that he set for me, and like I say this for like at least for me in my like career, like SACY, Def, and like Aaron. Those are the 3 people I think of like people who taught me how to be a good pro player, like how to actually be a professional and not just be like a guy who like shows up and plays video games and that's it. Like SACY taught me how to be, you know, have a better work ethic, like a more consistent work ethic, how to kind of be a leader. Like a lot of leadership qualities that I have, I get from him. SACY's biggest thing ever, like his number one thing that he tried to instill in me was like consistency. It was like as a duelist, he's like, if you're gonna be able to get a kill, you should be able to get it like every time. Like if I set you up with a start and I get this guy scan, you should be able to kill this guy every time. And that's how he was, both like in teaching me how to play, like as well as just like what he brought to the team in general. Like he was huge on consistency, being able to do things correctly and repeat them multiple times. I'm very thankful to be able to play with a guy like that, and especially like, you know, he's a world champion before I even met him. Like being able to play with a champion is an incredible feeling. But yeah, I'm also incredibly thankful to have played with him.
Sassi is the only person I believe in VCT history that has a Masters and a Champions trophy under their cabinet. I believe Tennis is also one of the very few that that has multiple Masters trophies. I mean, you got all this talk about who's the greatest player of all time in this game. Well, despite it still being new, we've already had plenty of people grace the scene, yourself included. I'm not going to leave you out there, Zekken, but still, like, where would you kind of put these two people on the GOAT discussion for you? You know, do you see Tens and Sassi as like top 5, top 1, top 3, or top 10? Where do you kind of look at that?
My 1, 2, 3 for like my GOAT list. My 1, 2, 3 is Sassi, then Chronicle, then Tens. That's like out of like everybody. That's where I put them. Just because, like, I mean, all three of them have multiple trophies. I think Sassi having like champs and masters, being the only person ever to have won both, I think that puts him just like a cut above everybody else. But I do value like Chronicle and Tyson both being able to win multiple trophies. That shows like a level of consistency that I think like in this game is very, very hard to achieve. So I value that a lot. That's why I rank them how I rank them.
Interesting. You put them on board with like achievements in mind. Well, I mean that in mind. Interesting that you didn't put in like other people like ASPAS, because that's like a consistent name that kind of pops into that kind of discussion. Where would you put him? And also, I gotta ask you the obligatory: where would Zekken put Zekken on that list?
I would put ASPAS literally like directly beneath them out of everyone, because or what's it called? Yeah, no, he just has the champs trophy, if I'm recalling correctly. But out of all the people who, in my eyes, who have won one trophy, I think ASPAS is like very obviously a cut above the rest, just because of his how high of a level he's been playing consistently for so long. I think that's it just outclasses everyone else. So that I would have him 4 on my list. I just value having multiple trophies a lot. That I think in my eyes, like that's like a big thing for me. But I think ASPAS like is definitely better than the rest of the people with one trophy. As for me, I mean, I'm working on it, man. I'm trying to get up there. I'd put myself. How many people have won a trophy? I mean, I'll put myself like top 20, maybe. I'll crack my top 20.
Mas e aí, qual a sua opinião sobre as falas do Zekken? Já deixa aí nos comentários, se inscreve aqui no canal para não perder nada. Aquele abraço, até o próximo vídeo.